Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to talk about the idea of non-parametric statistical procedures. And before we jump onto that, I think it is better if we start off our discussion with the basic idea of parametric statistical procedures. Examples of those procedures are t-test, z-test, and ANOVA. And you can see this sort of procedures already discussed in the playlist given here. So if you are interested to know more about it, by all means, go straight to this playlist and look at the videos related to it. Yeah. Now, the reason it is called parametric statistical procedures is because before you can employ that procedure, you have to fulfill certain assumptions. ANOVA, for example, okay, for analysis of variance, it requires samples to be drawn from normally distributed populations with equal variances. So these have to be verified first and fulfilled before you can apply ANOVA. Now, what to do if the assumptions on the parametric statistical procedures are not met? So in this case, the solution would be to use the non-parametric statistical procedures. So broadly speaking, the non-parametric procedures can be employed in two scenarios here. The first one is distribution-free scenario, where it doesn't concern with the population at all. So it doesn't care from where the samples have been drawn, is it normal or otherwise. And this is a good scenario when assumptions on parametric tests are not met. Then we can go to the alternative one, which is to use the non-parametric procedures. The second scenario is in a truly non-parametric setting where you focus on other characteristics instead of population parameters. So instead of, for example, you want to study the population mean or population variance, those parameters that describe the density function, then maybe you can focus on other characteristics. And when you focus on other characteristics, you can use other sort of tests. For example, goodness of fit test of randomness. So these are examples of two non-parametric statistical procedures. Do not worry about it yet. You will see them in the future, in the near future. Yeah. Okay, so application of non-parametric statistics can be seen, okay, not limited, in the following fields: physical, medical. So in terms of medical, I think this is a nice introduction notes to parametric versus non-parametric in data analysis in the medical setting. So if you have 3 minutes to spare, I think you can go on, click the link here and go straight to read the article. It is just a quick introduction notes. Other area is social sciences and communication. And advantages of using non-parametric statistical procedures are as follows. You have only minimum assumptions to fulfill compared to the parametric counterparts. And some computations are really easy to do. Okay, so you will see this later on in the future. And most of the procedures that are mentioned in non-parametric statistical methods here requires only minimum preparation of mathematics and statistics in understanding the concept. So I think it's relatively easy to understand, and it can be applied to data with weak measurement scales such as the count or ordinal data. Disadvantages of using non-parametric statistical procedures are listed here. So sometimes, because it is so simple, people abuse these procedures. They use it when they're not supposed to, because the calculation is easy and it seems attractive to some people. And in some cases, there will be a tedious and laborious process in calculating the result, especially when the sample size is large. And as a conclusion, what I can say about the idea of non-parametric statistical procedure is that it should be used when you have this following situation. For example, data is recorded on weaker measurement scale, count data, ordinal data, and so on. And it can also be used when you have assumptions for parametric statistics that cannot be fulfilled. So then you can, find an alternative. And so the alternative is to use the non-parametric procedures. Also, it can be used when your hypothesis test are not concerned with population parameters. For example, they don't care or they are not interested in, studying the mean or the standard deviation, for example, then you can also resort to this non-parametric procedures. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.